Inclusion and exclusion criteria in research. 1. What are inclusion and exclusion criteria? Inclusion and exclusion criteria are guidelines used to determine who or what gets included or left out of your research study. They are essential for defining your sample group clearly. Why are they important? These criteria help researchers stay focused, avoid bias, and ensure that results are reliable and valid. Without them, your data could be inconsistent or misleading. Inclusion criteria defined. Inclusion criteria are the characteristics that participants or data must have to be part of your study. Think of them as the must-haves. Hence, exclusion. Criteria defined. On the flip side, exclusion criteria are the characteristics that disqualify participants from being in the study. They help filter out individuals or data that could affect the accuracy of your results. Practical example. Online learning study. Let's say you're studying the effectiveness of online learning among college students. Your inclusion criteria might be currently enrolled college students, aged 18 to 25, with access to the internet. Exclusion. Example, same study. In that same study, your exclusion criteria might include students who have dropped out, are under 18, or do not use online platforms regularly. 7. It starts with your research question. Before you set these criteria, your research question must be clear. The criteria should directly reflect what your study is trying to find out. Relalos. Helps narrow down the population. Inclusion and exclusion criteria narrow your population to make your study manageable and meaningful. This is especially useful when you can't study everyone. Protects participants and the researcher. Excluding certain participants may protect those at risk or those who won't benefit from the study. It also protects researchers from collecting invalid or unusable data. 10. Ensures homogeneity in the sample. The more consistent your sample group is, the more reliable your results will be. These criteria help ensure participants share relevant characteristics. 11. Inclusion based on demographics. You may include people based on age, gender, education level, or location. For example, students from urban public schools in Region 12. 12. Exclusion based on health or condition. If you're studying sleep patterns, you might exclude people with diagnosed sleep disorders to avoid skewed results. Common mistake. Being too broad. If your criteria are too general, you may gather too many variables, which makes your findings less focused. Chord. Common mistake. Being too narrow. Too specific, and you might not get enough participants. It's all about balance. Be specific enough to be relevant, but broad enough to allow for participation. Work. Example in qualitative research. In a qualitative study about teacher experiences, you might include teachers with at least 5 years of teaching experience and exclude newly hired teachers. Example in quantitative research. In a survey on gadget addiction, you might include smartphone users aged 13 to 18 and exclude anyone not using social media. Cool. Ethical considerations. Always think ethically. Never include vulnerable participants unless necessary. And if you do, follow proper protocols. Improves validity. Using well-defined criteria strengthens internal validity, meaning your results better reflect reality for your sample. Antenon. Affects eventist generalizability. Your inclusion and exclusion decisions also affect how broadly your results apply. If your group is too specific, your results may not apply to a wider population. Co. Inclusion and exclusion in instrumentation. Even your tools or instruments must follow these rules. For example, excluding responses with incomplete answers in a survey. 1. Cited in Chapter 3, Methodology. These criteria should be clearly listed in Chapter 3 of your thesis under the Sampling Procedures or Population section. 2. Justify your choices. Explain why you're including or excluding certain groups. For instance, to avoid bias, to ensure safety, or to focus on the target population. Anticipate reviewer questions. Thesis advisors or panelists may ask, why did you exclude these participants? Have a clear, ethical, and research-based answer ready. Punto 4. Helpful when analyzing data. Having clearly defined criteria also helps during data analysis, ensuring you only work with valid data that fits your goals. Fofao. Examples in experimental design. In an experiment on study habits, include students who attend classes regularly and exclude those with excessive absences. Spest. Examples in action research. If you're conducting action research in a school, you might include only your section or grade level and exclude others outside your teaching assignment. 7. Helps in replication. When other researchers want to replicate your study, your inclusion and exclusion criteria give them a blueprint for consistency. 8. Supports transparency and accountability. Stating your criteria openly adds transparency to your research, which is a core principle in academic writing. 4. Review. Related studies for guidance. Check how similar studies define their criteria. It can help you frame yours more precisely. Final tip. Align with your goals. Your inclusion and exclusion criteria must always support your research purpose. Stay aligned, stay focused, and your thesis will have a strong foundation. If you find this content helpful, subscribe to stay updated on the next tips for thesis writing. Feel free to comment below with topics you'd like us to cover in future content. Thank you.
Late night coffee cup, minds in a race, staring at the screen trying to find my place. Outlines messy, deadlines tight, gotta make this thesis shine so bright. Sources, research, writing flow, draft and edit, take it slow. Citations right, no mistakes, one more page, oh for goodness sake. Write it, cite it, don't deny it, every word refine, revise it, step by step, don't lose your mind, that degree's about to shine. Reviews long, but I push ahead. Methodologies got me seeing red. Data's done, now analyze, find the gaps and theorize. Feedback's in, don't be stressed, rewrite, refine, do your best. Pay visions up, take a breath, this thesis stands the test. Write it, cite it, stay excited. It's only fair. Late night coffee cup, minds in a race, staring at the screen trying to find my place. Outlines messy, deadlines tight, gotta make this thesis shine so bright. Sources, research, writing flow, draft and edit, take it slow. Citations right, no mistakes, one more page, oh for goodness sake. Write it, cite it, don't deny it, every word refine, revise it, step by step, don't lose your mind, that degree's about to shine. Lit reviews long, but I push ahead. Methodologies got me seeing red. Data's done, now analyze, find the gaps and theorize. Feedback's in, don't be stressed, rewrite, refine, do your best. Transitions up, take a breath, this thesis stands the test. Write it, cite it, stay excited, all this work, can't deny it, step by step, you're almost there, that the thesis life, it's only fair.